everyone. You're watching SK Live. I'm Indranil Basu, your host, and today we have Mr. Pragyan Ojha. And today we're going to talk about the the drawn test match which happened in Sydney. What a test match, Pragyan, and what a day to have you and discuss that great test match. You'll be remembered in days to come. As an Indian, today I'm feeling so proud, really.
Yes, thank you, Indranil bhai. And yes, it's matter of fact that we all should be proud of what this team has done. If you look at the team, half the guys were injured; they were not 100% fit, and we didn't have our main playing, main players that they feature in the regular 11. And barring that, we did a tremendous job. So this will be a big milestone. Every time we look back into the history, this test match will be remembered.
Absolutely, and a story of grit. I wonder how did they sleep last night? They must have told themselves that we are going to save this test match no matter what. Otherwise, it's not possible, isn't it?
I think not save the test match. They wanted to be positive, because if you see Rishabh Pant's approach, it was quite clear that he was going for those runs, and it was evident that there was a plan that he comes ahead of Vihari and tries to get those runs for us. Had he succeeded, who knows? It would have been a different game altogether. We were talking about the draw. We would have been talking about the win. So yes, the approach was, I think last night they would have thought clearly, like, let's give it a try. If it doesn't happen, then we will try and make sure that we don't give away the test match. But I think that's a very positive approach. Kudos to the think tank, the management, and Ajinkya Rahane, the leader. We have never seen Ajinkya Rahane because he's a very quiet man. He doesn't talk much. He believes in working hard and letting his bat do the talking. Today we saw, in Virat's absence and with all the senior players, most of the senior players not there, keeping the team together, especially with all those things that has happened, past few days. You look at that breach of biosecure bubble news, and Indian team not wanting to go and play in Brisbane, and then the injuries, all this, handling those things in a very matured way and keeping the team together, positive, and making them believe that we can make an impact without all our superstars. So that's a great lesson if someone is trying to learn from Ajinkya Rahane.
Pragyan, you have been also quite a performer for India. How often have you gone back to bed next for, you have next day you have a match, and you've told yourself, you ever had that intuition that, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take a fifer, or tomorrow I'll be hammered over the park? Did you ever
see?
Does it work? Night before?
Yes. So that little nervousness is always there. When you look, I believe, and if you ask a lot of sports person, they will tell you that little bit of that nervousness, that anxiety is good, because that helps you perform better, especially just before the game. How much ever you would have prepared yourself, but just night before the game, or when you go for the breakfast, getting ready to go to the venue before the game starts, you have that little bit of butterfly in your stomach, and that's a good thing. That lets you focus on in whatever you're doing, and that has really helped me. And I'm very sure everybody would have the same feeling, because anybody who plays for the country, they want to do well. And individually it's okay, but these kind of test matches, I always say, the test match was a
Pragyan,
great test
breaking
match
up a
in my
little bit.
career.
I can't hear you, Pragyan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah.
No, I was saying, like, as a cricketer or as a sports person, you achieve a personal milestones many a times. But these kind of test matches in my life, that India Australia Mohali test match, getting those runs with Lakshman Bhai would always be special, because that, that made a huge statement that, as a team, you've just gone against all the odds and won a test match.
Now, how intuitive are the cricketers? I want to also know. I mean, when you're sleeping a night before, can you hear me, Pragyan? I want to know how
Yes, yes,
intuitive
I can
are the
hear you.
cricketers night before a crucial day, fifth day, a test match going to fifth day. Last ball, I mean, probably they didn't bowl the last over. But how often do you get that intuitive feeling that you can actually go out there and perform and do the job for India? So, I mean, how often do you get that feeling? Pragyan, can you hear me? There is little internet problem we are facing right now. Can you hear me, Pragyan? Can you hear me? I think my
Yeah, yeah,
internet
I
is.
can. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying, how intuitive are the cricketers
So
before such a.
it is, it depends on every individual how they react to it. It's not the same with, if I react in a certain way, it'll be different with somebody else. I can be little nervous about, say, what will happen tomorrow. And my partner can be nervous about, okay, but can I really can I do it what I've done it in the past? So there's a very different way, and as you said, it is very individualistic. That's what I have seen over the years. It depends how individual react to in a certain way.
Absolutely. And after Pujara got that beauty from Josh Hazelwood, when Ashwin walked in, I had a strong feeling. I was following that, and we such intense test match, fifth day, last session. Did you get that feeling that India can actually, become a block and not allow the Aussies to go to have, I mean, go all the way?
I'm
I
I'm very optimistic about India. I always back them. Always my heart says that we will do well, because after that 36 all out,
Yeah,
coming to the test match
yeah,
and winning it, it's a
yeah,
big statement. That too, you're playing in Australia and you're facing the full side. It's not a not a new side, or you're not facing a team which doesn't have a history. So
yeah.
beating them in their backyard after that kind of loss, so it's a big statement. So I was very, very optimistic about it, and I think we will have a very special test match. It's not going to be easy to get us out, because if you look at Ravindra Jadeja with that dislocation, he
Yeah,
was there and he was ready that if
absolutely,
uh, if the situation comes, I will walk in. So that gives a lot of, that's a big statement. If
absolutely.
somebody is watching, if I'm an opener, sorry, if I'm an opponent, I look at that, I say, oh God, I think they are very serious. They mean business here.
Absolutely, absolutely, and just imagine the sort of security, sense of fulfillment, sense of belongingness you get when you Ashwin and Bihari, and they see Jadeja padded up there. He also contributed, giving that assurance to those two guys in the middle. That also helped.
I I think yes. I think everybody did. Everybody played their part. Everybody played. Openers, the middle order, the bowlers. Everybody did. And I'll tell you something about Pujara. I had spoken about Pujara. When you talk about Pujara in the first innings and Pujara in the second innings, there is a lot of difference. There is a lot of difference. Pujara in the first innings, why I'm saying is, had he
Hmm.
capitalized on those overs, those middle overs. As you know, in Kokobura, it's very important that you play at a pace when you're playing in the middle overs, especially after the ball is old till the second new ball. That's when you look to get runs, because in the second new ball again you have to make sure that next 20 overs you don't lose wicket. So that's where our intensity went down a bit. That's where I felt a Pujara, I'm not questioning his ability, I'm telling, with the amount of experience he's got, and the senior most batsman in our team, I expected that he should take the charge there. Had we got those extra 60 runs, can you believe, see the difference? See the difference in this test match. If instead of 240 or 250 we would have got 300, imagine what would have been the test match like. So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. So it's not like I'm criticizing or questioning Pujara's place here. I'm telling you, if I am a senior, it is my responsibility to make sure I have to capitalize on certain things. And mind you, uh, the great, like, Rahul Bhai has said, you play your natural game, but you have to play to the situation. When you play to the situation, that will make a difference. It is not always your natural game. See, Rishabh Pant today, he played to the situation. Can you imagine in a first innings when India is six down and Rishabh Pant goes and he plays those shots and gets out, and that is not the situation what demands. What will you say? You will say that's a very bad shot, isn't it? Today, what will you say? No, he was trying to win the game. So you have to understand the situation. That is very important. So I'm talking about the situation and the game sense. I'm not talking about anybody's place or anybody's credibility.
No, at times counter attack really helps, and we saw what Rishabh Pant did, and that was also master stroke. Putting uh, Pant ahead of Viari. That was also I think they wanted a left right combination to work. That really worked like a magic, and that actually squashed all the Aussie dream of winning this Test match. The Pant
Yes, it
innings.
did. Yes. Absolutely, it did. They
Yeah.
were taken by surprise the way Pant batted, against them. He was
Yes.
getting those boundaries, getting those sixes. He just opened the game.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what was stunning was these two guys played more than 250 deliveries, which is almost more than 40 overs, close to 45 overs. They batted together. I mean,
Yes, yes,
amazing effort. I mean, humongous effort. I mean, I've never seen anyone doing it like this before. And against Australia,
yes.
in their
See,
match. Yeah.
yes, I'll tell you. When we won that 2010 that Test match against Australia, when you are in the present, you don't feel it. What has happened? It doesn't sink. After a while, I'm very sure another couple of years or after, anytime you talk about this particular series, anytime after today, everybody, you will see this will be a historic test match. This will be a benchmark. Everybody will start giving example of this. That is what these guys have done. So we
Amazing.
must celebrate it.
Actually, I mean, was so excited, early in the morning when we saw Pant coming into the crease after Rahane got out early, and Pant was in his elements. Morning shows the day. We knew something special is going to happen, um, and
Yes,
and and he was taking those chances. And I really prayed to God that India should do well, should survive, and they survived so well. I mean, really, it can't get bigger than this. And all the hard work the previous test teams have done, today was the day, all should celebrate.
yes, they should. And if you look at both the dressing room, what do you think? As Sachin Paji tweeted, who will have more confidence and who will be more satisfied with this game? Definitely it'll be Indian team, because they have the ones who fought it out and made sure that things don't, they control the game. That's how it is. So I think India will carry more confidence to the Brisbane test. I think Australians will have lot to think about. Even Tim Paine's captaincy is under question. People have started questioning his captaincy. He's dropped few catches. Those catches would have made a lot of difference to this game.
So some people prefer to do their bat and ball and their work, their action, to do the talking on the field. But Payne was talking a lot and he dropped those catches. 3 catches he
I
dropped.
think yes, there's a thin line. There is a very thin line. You
Yeah.
know, so you are trying to get under your opponent's skin, but you
Yeah.
have to make sure the same thing doesn't distract you. But it happened the same way with Tim Penn. He was trying to get under the skin of our boys, but end of the day, he missed out on those crucial catches, and it costed them the game.
Yeah, it was really, and we are so happy that he did miss those catches. But um, no complaints. Indians won't complain at all. I mean, who would look at the scorecard? And anyone who saw the broadcast around 10 in the morning may have thought that Pant, 97, he missed his 100, and no one would actually look at those two drop catches when he was on 3 or 50 plus. He was batting Pant, but what a guy! I mean, really, this is something really special, isn't it?
Yeah, it is special. That's why everybody were backing him. Everybody were talking about Pant ahead of Riddhiman Shah only because he can bat the way he's just shown us today. So that's where he's got that little bit of advantage where he can come in and get you those quick runs in a test match, just like Adam Gilchrist. Come in the middle order and change the course of the game.
But don't you think we should have a super sub rule when someone else can keep and that?
No, no. But on a serious note, Rishabh Pant is the future of Indian cricket. But he needs to work on his wicket keeping also. That is very important. He is a very integral part of this setup, so he needs to improve. He needs to make sure that whatever he was doing, because a lot of people I've heard saying that what mistakes he was doing in 2018, 19, he's continuing the same mistake. So that is the worry as a wicket keeper. So he needs to improve on that. So he's got all the resources. He's there. He's one of the elite cricketers. So he needs to deal it with he should deal with it as a professional and make sure that he's there. He's always improving. That's how you survive in international cricket.
But Pragyan, I always, I see a glimpse of Virender Sehwag in his batting. Sehwag, who is
Yes.
middle over. The way he goes around doing his business, and he can easily fit into all formats of the game. This is my personal opinion. In all formats of the game, as a batsman only. Forget the keeping bit. That's my point of view. I mean, what
No,
are
no,
your?
yes, yes. That's a good thing that he can bat so well. But we need Pant the wicketkeeper also because it is very important for this for the future of this team. Because Riddhi is already 36.
Yeah,
In couple of years you will be looking to have someone solid who can keep in subcontinent and as also abroad. So Rishabh has to be, he should make sure that he gives that confidence to the think tanks and the management and the captain that I am the one who will take care of the keeping department, because in batting he's far ahead, but keeping something he needs to do. That is where it will only benefit Indian cricket more
absolutely.
than Pant. It will benefit Indian cricket.
Yeah, it was really defining moment, the way he batted. But coming to the Indian bowling in the first innings in Sydney Test match, Pant dropped those two catches, and then bowlers did quite well to come back and keep Australia under 338 odd runs. So that was quite a commendable effort. And Jadeja taking those 4 wickets, quite a handy cricketer. And that direct throw to dismiss Steve
Yeah,
Smith.
it's not 4 wickets, it's 5 wickets.
It's actually five
Jadeja.
wickets. Yes, yes,
Yes, yes,
absolutely.
yes. Brilliant. The way he's batting, getting that crucial 50 and then, picking those 4 wickets. Previous game, he had contributed with both bat and ball. So it is very important. That's the reason you need all rounders, isn't it? They give that balance, they give that cushion. I still remember, when I was there in South Africa, that tour, when Jack Callis retired. That's when, the South African players, they said, we are losing the biggest cushion of our team, Jack
Yes.
Callis, because he could bat the way he batted and bowl those way he was bowling and get those 5 fours and get those centuries. That's a how many there are very few people who could do that. We had someone like the great Kapil Paji.
Yes. So it's slightly worrying also. You're also saying that we are a notch higher in terms of confidence when we are playing Australia, the fourth test match in Brisbane, and Jadeja not being there. Jadeja may not be playing that test match, and he may not be playing.
He's not playing there
He's
for
not
sure.
playing. So that is slightly worrying. So who will take his slot in the team? That's a real worry because he was giving that balance.
I think I'm worried about Vihari and Jadeja. Anyways, he's out. I'm also worried about Vihari because the way he was not even able to walk.
Yes.
When they were trying to take those singles also, he was trying to walk.
Yeah.
That with that too, he was struggling a bit. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
So, I think Mayank will get a look in, and maybe somebody else will, Ridhiman Shah should come in. So, only for this test, at the present, maybe Ridhiman can keep the wickets, and Pant can play like a batsman, and then Mayank comes in. I think that's what it'll be if these two guys miss out.
But you can also try out Kuldeep. He can bat a little bit.
Uh, I think in we are playing in GABA,
Yeah.
so I don't think it will have
He'll have-
so much assistance to the spinners. I'm very sure. So I think we have got three seamers and we've got one all rounder in Ashwin. So I think that will be the setup. With that, I think we'll go with one extra batsman. That's what I feel, because I think that wicket will be something which will need one extra batsman. That's my reading. I may be wrong.
you're absolutely right. But I also feel that spinners, the sort of bounce you can get out of Australian wicket. You see Nathan Lyon doing all the damage. He's got kind of wickets he's got. He's almost 400 Test wickets he's got. In then we've seen Shane Warne. I don't know why Australians when you go to Australia, why can't two spinners play? We've seen in Melbourne.
No, we had Jadeja and Ashwin play, but
Yes.
you also have to look at the combination. See,
Okay.
that's what I was telling you. If you have a seeming all rounder in your team, then you can create that balance with the bat. But there are a lot of things that you need to address. Obviously, when you play in subcontinent, Vihari misses out because you need one extra bowler, extra spinner when you play in subcontinent. The same way when you're playing abroad, you have to look at the dynamics. So that's where it's not about anybody's ability. It's about how the team you have to give how balanced the team is.
So Mayank comes in as per your estimation. So who will open the innings? Shubman Gill is looking good. Rohit Sharma will come to that. Rohit Sharma is looked really good, but he unfortunately couldn't get those, convert those initial starts into big ones. But where will Mayank be batting then?
I think this is something which the team management needs to talk to these boys. Maybe what I think is maybe Mayank and Rohit can open. We can have Shubman Gill one down, and then the others can follow. It won't make a lot of difference there. Or maybe Shubman Gill and Mayank open, and Rohit comes in the middle order. So it depends what the team management thinks. But
You will
this
horses
is
for courses, horses for courses policy.
no. It's never horses for courses policy. It's never horses for courses. This is a force changed. Mind you, we have lost so many batsmen, so many bowlers. Now we are literally, just trying to make sure that none of those boys get injured, because we have one more test match to go.
Absolutely. You know what happens is when a batsman gets set and he's scored those 30s and 40s, and you're set and he threw your wicket, it's really a crime you have committed, and in days cricket especially. So Rohit looked so. He looked in so much in great touch. Those two shots he played, one was got cotton bowled. He got out too in the first innings, and of course that hook shot he played in the second. Don't you think somewhere the white ball cricket, that psyche comes to his mind, that he has to keep the scorecard ticking all the time, and those one-day shots keep coming and haunting him in Test cricket?
So you have to understand one thing. He's come after a while. Last that he played was a T20 tournament, domestic T20 tournament. Now he's been practicing. So at times, how much ever you try and restrict yourself, your instinct take over at times. So those two shots were instinctive. He when you're playing too many white ball cricket, at times you're trying to play well, you're trying to control yourself. 1 second, that lapse of concentration, it happens. Look at Steve Smith. He was batting brilliantly. Just for few seconds, he took maybe he lost his concentration when he was facing Ashwin. He got out.
Yes.
From nowhere he just got out. If you see that dismissal, so that's where it is, and you have to understand he is a very successful ODI batsman and T20 player. So at times after a long gap when you're playing red ball cricket, so small mistakes do happen, but the most important thing is both the innings after a long time, maybe 30, 40 years, what I was listening, we have got a 50 plus partnership in
Yes.
both the innings. That is
Yes.
what is commendable.
Absolutely. And due credit should be given to Shubman Gill also. I really like that guy.
Both of them, yes, yes. Shubman Gill is the future. Obviously, all these greats, they have spoken highly about him. But when you speak, what I have seen is everybody has seen your talent, but it is you who has to, persist, work hard, and make sure you prolong your career. This is just the beginning. You are talented. See, the biggest example I would always say, with all due respect, I'm not trying to criticize anybody. Look at Sachin Paji and Vinod Kamli Paji. Both started together, both were talented. If you look at Vinod Paji's record, he's got two double hundreds in test cricket. But Sachin Paji, the way he carried himself, we all know. So we need to look at these things and then make sure that we plan ourselves really well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pragyan, we are also seeing a lot of these ungentlemanly behavior from the crowd, racially abusing the Indian cricketers. That was really sad. I've seen so many incidents in the past, and it keeps happening, and no one, and when it happens, people talk about it and they move on. They should do something like, having the policing should be good in the stadium. That's what I personally feel. I think there should be a flying squad inside the stadium trying to locate any such disturbances, because it's really distracting for a cricketer if he's abused from outside. I can
It's
feel it.
it's it's not distracting. It is disturbing. Nobody
Yes.
has the right to
Yeah.
racially abuse anyone.
Yeah.
And when someone, why sport is regarded so highly, because every time there is any unrest all over the world, you have sport getting the countries or the world together. So I think all the sports person, they are the ambassador of peace, and they try and get joy into your life. And when after this pandemic, India is touring Australia. This is a high profile series, and India respected the invitation. After that, Indians, few of our players are being, treated this way. It is unforgiven, and I think BCCI, Cricket Australia, and ICC, they are taking a strong step against this. This is something which I don't think anybody should tolerate, and they should voice it out.
What should the cricket authorities, both ICC, BCCI, and all the cricket boards, what should they jointly do to curb this
I
nuisance?
think they have been spreading those messages. They have been making sure that people are getting educated, and they are trying their way. And but when you see people doing this, with all this efforts, I think stricter action should be taken against them. That's as simple as that. You can ban them for life to enter a stadium. That's it.
I think
They are not the ones. They're not the ones who should be allowed, because they're not here to enjoy the sport. If you're enjoying the sport, nobody would racially abuse anybody.
But don't you think we need a stringent law to ensure that these guys don't come back
I
and
think
do
I
the?
think the authority are they are in a better place to evaluate what they have to do and what is the right thing. But for me as a sports person, I believe this is something nobody should tolerate, and they should not bow down to it. They should raise their voice, and people who do it, they should be treated with the harshest possible way.
Because cricketers are very strong people. I mean, don't take them for granted. They are not crybabies. I mean, one thing, audience should all should make it a point to remember that cricketers are not going to, if they're given a choice, they'll come and, I mean, thrash you so badly. Don't abuse anyone. Don't abuse anyone. We see it happening in England. We see it happening in South Africa. And over the years, we've been hearing. We saw a former cricketer of repute from the West Indies, Michael Holding. He cried in one of the programs, a few months ago, about how he was racially abused in his own backyard. So those things have been happening for such a long time. Its time has come to stop it. I mean, come on. just and don't you think we should also do something about this drinking business inside cricket matches? I mean, what are your thoughts?
See, I really don't understand the dynamics to it. What is the revenue that they generate, or what is the culture there? Because in our country, we have a certain culture. In Australia and England, there is a certain culture. It is not only in cricket, in any sport they have. You go to Wimbledon, they'll have this pimps. That is very famous. That's what, everybody sit and they drink and they enjoy themselves. So it is very difficult on my part, because I've never been into their culture. I have not seen the inside of their culture, how they enjoy or what they do. But if this thing is the cause, then I think they should be thinking about it.
In IPL also we have liquor being served, but I mean, it's far away from all those cricket activities, and no one can hear. It's all in those VIP boxes. But talking about IPL, we in Indian cricket, we have so many injuries, but next test match we have again 11 players ready for Brisbane. So this is the magic. Do you want to give credit to IPL for creating this kind of? I know it's a T20 cricket. It doesn't give you an entire, the perspective of a complete player. Complete player happens when you play Test cricket. But IPL has contributed a lot to what we are, the competition level.
Yes, I think IPL has played a significant role, because there are a lot of cricketers who went unnoticed prior to IPL.
Yeah.
They had a very small window where they could showcase their talent. But in IPL, you please tell me, who would have known Atibatia? Nobody. Nobody would have known him, because we saw him. We came to know that these kind of talents do exist. So that is what IPL has offered us. But it is not only IPL, also the domestic structure, the way it has improved. You look at the way we've got someone like Rahul Dravid. Rahul Bhai, he's handling everything at NCA. Those India A tours and those under 19 tours, those are also very important, because now when you go to Australia, South Africa, England, these are not alien conditions for you. You have been there, you have played there in the under 19 level, or maybe the A side. So you have little bit of confidence. You're not at all being straight away put in a alien condition. Because if you talk to yesteryear cricketers, they would say, for the first time when you're going to Australia, you don't know the bounce, you don't know the conditions there, you don't know the how you have to adjust. So
Yeah.
these are the things, they are coming down. Look, the biggest example is Mohammad Siraj and
Yes.
Navdeep Saini. They have been playing India A cricket. So they have been touring all these countries, and now they know exactly what they have to do. So they are test match ready. But domestic cricket is very important. IPL and domestic cricket are very important. One gives you a platform, the other one prepares you to be a cricketer.
Absolutely. And what cricket skills we are showing to the world. What display of gamesmanship. We are really proud, Pragyan, the way. I'm so happy, ecstatic. And this is the day every Indian should celebrate, people who follow cricket religiously, and be it a journalist, be it a former player. These are moments of, these are the moments we live for. These are the moments we have covered
Yes,
cricket.
yes, yes,
It's
yes.
happy feel.
Everybody should. This is a proud day, and then what better than on 11th January? It's Rahul Bhai's birthday, so
Oh,
I think
yes.
he'll be very happy. This is one of the one of the best gifts that he would have ever expected.
Absolutely.
India doing Indian, these boys doing a Rahul Dravid on Rahul Dravid's birthday.
Wonderfully said. Wonderfully said, Pragyan. This is actually going to be really a moment to remember for rest of our lives. Really, and it was such a pleasure chatting with you. We have the next Test match coming up in from January 15th, and all
Yes.
our good wishes. And Pragyan, thanks a lot for coming on SK Live and sharing your views. It was really lovely chatting with you. Really, I mean, stay happy, stay
Pleasure,
safe.
pleasure. And I remember first time I was in Delhi for India A tour. I remember before we played for the country, we
Yeah.
went with you to Hyderabad house
Yes.
to have Hyderabadi biryani.
You're from Hyderabad. I couldn't have taken you anywhere else. I'm saying you're from
No,
Hyderabad.
that's
I
that's
couldn't
so
have.
sweet of you. Thank you so much. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. It's so sweet of you. I
No, no.
really remember. We had a lovely day, and we went in your car. So those days, those small things are very very important, and they always leave those memories forever.
Absolutely. And but today was a big day. Today was a big day. Today was a big
Yes,
day,
yes,
really.
it was. It
It
was.
feels as if we have won that test match. It's a drawn test match, but that feeling is as if we have won this test match because our back was against the
Yes,
wall.
yes, absolutely. Yes,
So it's a
yes,
great feeling.
absolutely.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Pragyan. It was really a pleasure. Take care and see you soon.
Thank you. It was pleasure
Yeah,
talking to you.
yeah. Thank you. Bye.